Good morning, starshines and moonbeams. Welcome back to another reading for the collective. My name is Ross, and I pop on here every Tuesday and Thursday offering readings for the collective. So if there is something that you have been wrestling with or looking for guidance in, I invite you to bring that thought or bring that feeling into your mind now, and we'll begin as we do here by taking 3 conscious breaths into that thought or into that feeling and breathing out, letting there be a little hum or a sigh or a sound as we exhale. So, breathing in and out. And 2 more times, breathing in and out. And last time, breathing in and out. All right. So I'm making this reading as Mars has returned to Aries. We've got a new moon coming up. And with all of that said, these 2 cards popped out, and it feels like it's one of those readings where it's where you were and where you're going, or the the decision that you've made to where you're going, if that makes sense. Let's see what we got. 2 of Wands reversed and Page of Pentacles reversed. So Page of Pentacles came up in the last reading that we did here. So that's interesting. And yeah, with these both coming up as reversed, and we'll see what other cards want to come out today. It doesn't seem like it's a blockage necessarily, but instead that kind of reevaluating, looking at things from a new perspective. We could think of the Hanged Man, how when it is reversed, it looks like he's standing upright. And when it is right side up, he is hanging upside down. And so there you can see 2 of Wands reversed. When we look at it upright, it's the image of a character who has conquered the world and is holding the globe in his hand. But there is a sense of boredom here. So maybe this is where you were before. You had all of the, with Pentacles here as well. You had all of the earthly possessions, all of the earthly accomplishments, but there was still something inside of you that was yearning to be explored or expressed. And that's where we come in with the reversals, looking at things a different way. So, what does it mean if you already have all of the physical wealth, all of the worldly possessions? The Page of Pentacles is relevant here as well, because you have become the student of your finances, or the student of how you're appearing in the world, and maybe that has led to being in your castle, holding the globe in your hand. Maybe you do have the world in your hand right now. And so with all of that, and then with the Page of Pentacles being reversed, what does it mean? What does it mean? It's this idea of having the beginner's mind. So no matter where you were or where you're going, it's important to keep that beginner's mind with you. Let's see what else wants to come out. Okay. Sure, let's keep this rolling here. Temperance reversed as well. And the Knight of Swords. It's go time, baby. And yeah, the Temperance in reverse here is just kind of restating, or we could even say reinforcing that idea of looking at things in a new way. Temperance is that idea of balance, not in the sense of justice as with the scales, but in the sense of where are you putting your energies. So maybe you were someone who has built up the external reality to be very comfortable for you, or at the very least very successful for you, and now you come to a point where there is this desire to build something else, build something that is more spiritual, we could even say, what with the angel here. And I love to point this out, the unpronounceable name of God, the tetragrammaton here on the angel's chest. But yeah, with it being this angel, which is a very specific iconography of not so much spirituality, but of a specific kind of religion. And with it being reversed, it's just that continual looking at things in a different way. I remember I've spoken about this, not on here, I don't think, but I've definitely told this story of how when I was relatively young in my spiritual journey, I found myself on the Wikipedia page of angels and how there's all this hierarchy with cherubims and seraphims and all the things. And like some are babies and some are not. And then, there's like the biblically accurate angels that look nothing like the angel here in Temperance. And it all seemed very hierarchical, and as I was beginning to understand God, I realized that there could not be any of that kind of egoic grouping of different levels of holiness, we could say. And now I understand that it's just it's just the way that the the energy is expressing itself. So, I'm here in the Western culture. If I were in India, for example, the angels would be more commonly known as devas. I think I'm pronouncing that right. So it's all a matter of, yes, perspective, but also cultural perspective. So all of that to say, as you're looking at things in a different way, that includes your ideas of spirituality. And it's very interesting because I hit on this again in meditation, the difference between sacred and austere and even ostentatious. And what is the difference? We think of all of these big, beautiful churches built to honor God, the house of God and everything like that. And yes, there's certainly an element of sacredness whenever you do walk into one of these grand churches, but there is the tendency for it to be overwrought with expectations and guidelines, and this is where you kneel and this is where you stand to receive this and da 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 da. And it's the same kind of thing as the Wikipedia page of the angels. It's this hierarchy that might make sense in a certain context or made sense at a certain time, but now really doesn't suit what the needs of the collective are. And so, again, the temperance here being reversed is just this idea of reevaluating what you believe in and how that shows up. And it's not to say that, maybe now angels are going to be an important part of your journey, or yellow flowers might be a symbol for you going forward. It's the idea of taking what resonates and leaving the rest behind, which is something that I offer with these readings. If this is jiving with you, great. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, it's free. And sorry, I was just caught by watching a bird. It must be very windy outside because the little fellow looked like he was struggling to fly. But anyway, wings, flying, birds. Uh, and it seems, what with the Knight of Swords here being the only one upright, once you can reconcile this kind of reevaluation, then it's go time, baby. You're off. And it would have been even more auspicious if this were the Knight of Wands, what with we being in the year of the fire horse and Aries season and all of that gung ho, get up and go energy that's available in the cosmos right now. But the Knight of Swords is kind of sending the same kind of message here. And the Knight of Swords is coming out in lieu of the Knight of Wands, I would say, because of all of this review that you might be going through, all of this pausing that you might feel like you have to do. There might be this element of stuckness, and that can certainly present as we're going up into a new moon on Friday. So I'll maybe touch more on that energy, or more of that energy will be available in Thursday's reading. Confirmation burp. Mm. So yeah, it's possible that you have felt stymied or withdrawn, and once you can reconcile uh, these beliefs of spirituality, of what it means to be a success in the world, how you want to show up in the world. Once you can reconcile those, it's go time, baby. Do we want to see if we can get two more, or do we want to go to fees? I feel like I want to give you a symbol to know when it is time to get up and go. I mean, I'm not going to give you a symbol. The cards are going to give you a symbol. So what symbol can the folks be on the lookout for? What's the sign? What's the synchronicity? We've got the yellow flowers. We've got the birds. What is it the folks can be on the lookout for? Water. Spend time with water. Are we going into a water phase? No. What are we going into? Taurus season. Okay. But, and yeah, and I mean, coming back here to the Temperance card, the water that the angel is pouring into the one cup from the other, and the little toe in the water. Water, of course, can represent the subconscious, the collective unconscious that we all share. And maybe the invitation is just to spend some time near water if that's accessible to you. And also, you can imbue your water with the intentions for temperance, for balance, for whatever it is, for the resources to get up and go. I've been doing this with money recently, and I found this tip on YouTube here. And if I can find that video, I will link it here or down below. And it's this idea of, you get a glass of water, a vessel of water, which is what the upside down triangle represents. Triangles might also be relevant because we see, hey, look at this. We see right side up this triangle on the chest of the angel here, but it was reversed, which is an upside down triangle, which is what we have here. Pretty cool. But anyway, you get a vessel, fill it with water, and you get a dollar bill. Any denomination will work. Doesn't matter what it is. And you have the vessel of water. And I like to say into water, whenever I drink it, I say thank you and I love you. You take that first sip. And then you wrap the bill around the vessel, and you hold that, and you feel that energy of money, of expansion, of whatever it is. And you allow yourself to Become aware of the energy of the money and what it stands for, acknowledging and understanding that there is more and more money printed every day, that it is plentiful as oxygen. And when you get that inner knowing, that inner sense, with the bill wrapped around the vessel, you bring it up, and before you take a sip, you say, I have plenty of this. And you drink, and you do that 3 times. Do that in the morning, do that at night. I'll link it below or up here. The guy explains it a lot better than that. But you can always do that with anything. I have in the past written down on a piece of paper, only good things are coming, and I place it underneath my water bottle, and I let that intention seep into the water overnight. And then when I drink my water first thing in the morning, I repeat that, only good things are coming. It programs the water, and since we are mostly water, it programs our cells. There's a book which I will also link below, The Hidden Messages of Water, I think it might be called. The guy did this great study about the different frequencies and the different interactions those have with water. Fascinating stuff. So, Hafiz, bring it on home. What do the folks need to know today? What's you don't want to come out, but you do, huh? Whoa, might be a tough lesson to hear. Listen, 45 turns into 9, might be relevant. Water was 18, also turns into 9, so 9 might be a relevant number to you. 45, listen. Listen, Barnaby. Listen. How do I listen to others? As if everyone were my beloved master speaking to me, his cherished last words. Every day and in every way, we are involved in the great conversation. You talk to greater by expressing your wishes, hopes, and desires. You receive greater's answer by listening to snatches of conversation in an elevator, to song lyrics on the radio, to the words, signs, and symbols that come your way in any situation. You also listen through intentional silence, welcoming the presence that knows and shares all. Let yourself become a student of keen listening. You have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. Use that sacred ratio to gain more clarity and intimacy with greater. So that's it for today, my friends. Let's go spend some time near water, even a sauna and cold plunge. And the tune, the book was talking about snippets of song lyrics. The tune that I was hearing this morning in my head before I even got out of bed, and as I was assembling the stones and things here, was "Modern Love" by David Bowie. I'll link that as well. And if you found value in this, then share it with someone else who might value it. And like I said, I post these every Tuesday and Thursday, but the information here is timeless no matter when you find it. And I will see you again next time, but until then, I wish you nothing but peace, love, and happiness from this day forward. Take care.